Hi, everybody. Today we're going to be reviewing some of our weather concepts and patterns. And not just that, but the hazards that they may pose in our society and the world around us. So, let's go ahead and get going on our knowledge quest of meteorological hazards, tornadoes, hurricanes, and storms. So our learning objective today is to be able to ask questions and gain information and understanding about the purpose of weather, forecasting, and how to prepare for and respond to severe weather. This is a video that I would play for the kids. It's a YouTube video, and it kind of just gives them a little bit of background knowledge about why we need to be learning about weather patterns and how that impacts us in many different ways. But I'm not going to spend that 6 minutes watching it on here. So, what is meteorology? Meteorology is the study of the atmospheric science, and it focuses largely on weather forecasting. What are some meteorological hazards? Well, meteorological hazards are caused by weather's changes in the Earth's atmosphere. For example, a tornado would be considered a meteorological hazard. A tornado is a column of violently turning air that touches the ground. They are typically attached to a thunderstorm. So, what are the parts of a tornado? So if you look at this diagram, we've got lots of different parts that make up those tornadoes that we may see or hear about on the news. So we have the cumulonimbus cloud at the top, right? The clouds that we see in the sky. And as we go further down the funnel, we've got the spiral updraft that you can see, right? The funnel cloud. Okay, the spiral inflow, that's where the air is coming up through the tunnel or the funnel, and then the debris cloud. So that's what's being spun around as it goes up to that cumulonimbus cloud. And I'm very sorry about the weather, or not the weather, the sounds. I live in Chicago downtown, and that is what is happening right now. So, how can we be safe during tornadoes? So, in the event of a tornado, you should find cover getting down to the lowest place, like a basement. Additionally, you should try to get under something sturdy and cover your head until the tornado passes. I also like to give examples about living in apartments because sometimes it's really difficult to go down, especially living in the city where I'm at right now. I live on the 14th floor, so it's not always realistic for me to go down to the bottom. I may not have time, so you have to find the safest place in your home. A great thing to do is talk about this with your family and come up with a plan together. So another meteorological hazard would be hurricanes. We've been hearing a lot about the hurricanes going on the east coast of the United States and out in the Gulf as well right now. So a hurricane is a tropical storm system that is characterized by strong winds. They form over bodies of water and they rotate rapidly. So if you're looking at this image right here, this is going to give you a good example of what that might look like in real life. What are the parts of a hurricane? So we've got the water down here, right? It's coming on the ocean. It's similar to a tornado if you really look at the different pieces. So they have the eye wall, which is funneling up in the circular motion. They've got the eye that's in the middle of the hurricane, right? I think about like those Beyblades that you may play with, or a top, right? It's spinning and it's creating this funnel that goes up towards the top of the hurricane. And then the rain bands, which are the storm that is being circulated with the hurricane. There are lots of different types of categories of hurricanes based on how they're behaving and what the different levels of the speed and the winds, how much damage they may do, and maybe how it's going to impact the communities that it's hitting. So, for example, a Category 1 hurricane might have winds of 74 to 95 miles per hour, right? Compared to that of a Category 5, which almost doubles. So you're getting a lot of different variations of speed. You're getting some damage in a category 1, but at the end it says catastrophic. So it's going to be an immense amount of damage that we may see in our homes and the communities that it hits, and also how power, your electricity and things like that may be impacted. So category 1, there may be a little bit of an impact of power for a couple of days. Well, on category 5, they may not have water or power for a couple of months. It just really depends on the category of the hurricane. And last but not least, today we're going to talk about thunderstorms. So, what is a thunderstorm? A thunderstorm is a storm with thunder and lightning that often also has heavy rain or hail. So, thunderstorm hazards. So, these are some of the things that you might see, experience, or hear about during thunderstorms: flooding, hail, lightning, tornadoes, wind, and lightning-induced wind fires. And these are some of the resources that I used to kind of gain a little bit better understanding, including, just the details of the slideshow. Thank you, and I hope you enjoyed learning about meteorological hazards.